In the Diablo Immortal endgame, there are two very distinct systems that you partake in depending on whether you're part of the Shadows or part of the Immortals. Now, one of the distinct and unique features of the Immortal branch is the Corvus Expedition system. Now, the question is this unique and cool, or is it just weird? My name is Leroy, this is Leroy Gaming, and today I'm going to show you what a Corvus Expedition is like, tell you how to get the most out of it, and then give you my thoughts on it. If you find this content helpful, make sure to drop a like. If you have comments and feedback, make sure to leave them below. I do listen to all of them and do my best to respond. And for more RPG and looter shooter goodness, make sure to subscribe and smash that notification bell. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Corvus Expeditions within Diablo Immortal. So for starters, the Corvus Expedition is gameplay for 8 to 30 players. And so by default, this is open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 8 and 8:30 p.m. server time. I would say that the event takes about 10 minutes on average. Now do note that your Immortal leader can change the time of this. So for us, our leader changed it so this would happen Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 2:30 p.m. server time. So that's something you want to discuss with your leadership in case they want to change the time to something that may not be compatible with your availability. Now, once the event starts, you're going to be following the supply officer that you see on screen right now. So the first phase is actually very, very simple. You're going to get to this kind of bookshelf area every time. And what's going to happen is that you're going to have a quick little mission where you got to gather 34 ancient tomes. Now, these are little ancient verses that you can see me highlighting across the map here. And you simply go and click on them. And as soon as 34 of these verses are collected, you move on to the next phase. So you will notice when you finish this phase as well as the other phases, it's going to drop aspirant keys as the main reward. These are important for your sanctum so that you can upgrade your various gems in there. And you can check out my guide on the sanctum as well as its upgrades in my other video that should be popping up above in a link for you to check out. Now there is a little story to follow, just to let you know as you go through this so you can listen to the supply officer talking. Now the next phase of this is you're going to come up to this kind of chained up item to channel. 3 of the players get randomly selected by the little light from the sky. And all they have to do is go and click and channel the Sybil, as you can see here in the footage. And while they're channeling, a bunch of mobs are going to spawn and you got to kill them. So the 3 characters that are chosen are not able to do anything while the other players defend them. The fight's not very difficult, and once you're done, you're going to go ahead and get more aspirant keys. Next comes some trivia, and I found this probably the most interesting part of this process. There's going to be a variety of questions that are going to be asked. There's going to be 3 of them. And they vary. Some of these are going to be real-life riddles, but others will be trivia based on your knowledge on Diablo. I recommend, if you're doing this on PC, to just have a Google search open. Most of them you can Google and get the answers to. You will also see what people answer in the little chat area to the right of the questions. People can also chat in there. So if somebody is sure what this is, then they can say something about it. And you just need to make sure that you get the majority of the people having it correctly. And if you do, you can kind of see in the bottom left-hand side the percentage of people that are correct. And you want to make sure that you go through all 3 of these and hopefully get correct answers. From what I've gathered, you just get a better reward if you succeed and you get more correct than wrong. And if you get this incorrect, you're just going to get poor rewards. Finally, you're going to get to an area where there are 3 different elemental altars. And what you have to do is you have to go click on each one individually and kind of empower yourself with the energy and then chain yourself across players to the central pillar. And as you can see players lining up here, when you do this successfully, An energy source is going to transfer from player to player to player until it chains all the way to the center pillar. And people kind of have to watch out on their spacing to get this right. And there is a time limit during which you have to do this. So all 3 need to be completed. And as long as you get all 3 completed, you are gonna go ahead and get the max rewards. Now, regardless of whether you get 1, 2, or 3 of these done, 3 Nephilim warriors are gonna spawn and you're gonna have to fight them and defeat them. Upon completion, you're gonna get more aspirant keys and some crafting materials. And that is the Corvus Expedition. Now, overall, my thoughts are that this is a pretty straightforward event. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. The aspirant keys are actually quite valuable. And any way that you can get aspirant keys for free is great. As I mentioned, check out my Sanctum guide that kind of explains how these keys work and how you can use them to power up your characters. Now, is it challenging? No. Is it earth-shattering? No. But considering that it is a 5 to 10 minute ordeal, it's not a big deal. Probably my biggest annoyance is the fact that this can only be done 3 days a week during a very specific 30-minute window. So if you're not available during that time, well, you're SOL. With that being said, missing out on aspirant keys, unless you're an ultra min-maxer, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, it's a little different. It's a little cool. It's a little weird. It's a little bit of everything. For some people, it may be a little bit disappointing as well. But regardless of what you think about it, that is the Corvus Expedition. Alright guys, I hope you found this guide helpful. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Again, love hearing your feedback below. Let me know your thoughts on this Corvus Expedition and the game as a whole. Thank you for all the support, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.